Welcome to our presentation, The Power of Creativity
and Imagination
in the World of Art. Magandang araw! Today, we will explore the fascinating world of art, its assumption in nature, and how creativity and imagination gives life to every masterpiece. From painting and music to dance and digital art, we will discover how the limitless idea of the human mind transforms into a powerful expression that inspire, challenge, and connect us. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define the assumption and nature of art, explain the role of creativity and imagination in creating artworks, identify example of artwork that showcase innovative thinking, appreciate the value of art as reflection of culture and personal emotion, develop a deeper admiration of creative process of art. Let us first talk about the assumption of art. Art is universal. It communicates and expresses both reality and fantasy. Art exists in every culture in every time because it reflects human experience and emotion.
The nature of art. Art is both a process and a product. It is intentional, skillful, and reflective of human life. Art can be a painting, a song, a dance, or even simple design, but behind it is always an artist's purpose and message.
Ano po ang trabaho po yung karaniwang ginagawa?
Ito pa. Buko kami ng bang.
Gano'n po kayo katagal na ito trabaho? Magatagal na rin po. Paano po yung pinakanagasaan sa trabaho niyo dito sa Maligayta?
Ito kanina dito. Tapos, siyempre, marami kami mga kasamahan na nag-sa'yo na kasama. Ako
Paano po nakaka-apekto sa inyong trabaho yung pag-ibig na meron po kayo sa Maligayta?
malaking epekto sa trabaho. Siyempre, nagawa ng parang sa natin. Hindi kami gagawa, walang gagawin ko siya.
Sa inyong palagay, paano po nakatutulong yung art sa industry na pinagtatrabaho?
Malaking tulong kasi kailangan natin sa bawat ginagawa natin. Pero kung ito kapitid ng mga bago sa bawat kailangan, mas alam ko sa
O sa bagay kasi marami na rin po mga existing competitors, so kailangan po mas creative. And ano naman po yung importance ng pagiging creative and artistic sa trabaho ginagawa?
para ng pagbigay kami ng design para mayroon ko na ng mga kasi ang ginagawa namin kailangan.
Here are some examples of creativity and imagination at work. In visual arts, surrealist painting turn dreams into reality, while in music, composition express emotions that words cannot capture. Lastly, in literature, stories transport readers to worlds they have never seen. Through the study of arts, we can also learn the important Filipino values such as pagkamalikain or creativity, encouraging us to explore originality in solving problems and expressing emotions. The pagpapahalaga sa kultura or cultural appreciation, reminding us that art preserves tradition and celebrates our Filipino identity. Lastly, pagtutulungan or collaboration, because creative projects often thrive when people share and combine ideas.
In summary, art is more than just beauty. It is a product of creative mind and imaginative heart.
The assumption and nature of art remind us that everyone can create as long as we allow our ideas to flow freely. Let us nurture our creativity and imagination because through art, we give shape to dreams, emotion, and the human experience.
Today we will talk about the function of arts and philosophy. What are you waiting for? Let's start with the discussion. Arts and philosophy may look different at first, but but both important in our lives. Art expresses human emotions, creativity, and experiences, while philosophy, it teaches us how to think critically, reflect on life, and search for the truth. In this discussion, we will explore the function and how they work together in shaping our future and identity. After this lesson, we should be able to first identify the different functions of art and philosophy. Second, explain how they influence individuals in society. Third, appreciate the importance of both in our daily lives. Art is more than creativity. It serves different purposes in human life. First, aesthetic function. Aesthetic functions give beauty and enjoyment. For example, music, paintings, and dance. Second, social functions. Social functions unites people and raises awareness. For example, rural protest art and festivals. Third, political functions. Political functions expresses advocacy and non-building. For example, propaganda, posters, and patriotic songs. Fourth, historical functions. Historical functions refers cultures and events. For example, Asian carvings, epic heritage architectures. Fifth, educational functions. Educational functions develops creativity and learning. For example, theater plays, film with moral lessons. Sixth, spiritual function. Spiritual function expresses faith and spirituality. Example is church designs, devotional songs, and rituals. Philosophy is the search for wisdom and truth. First, critical functions. Critical function question beliefs and assumptions. For example, asking, why do you believe in this? Second, integrative function. Integrative functions connects knowledge from different fields. For example, combining science, ethics, and politics. Normative functions. Normative functions provides values and moral standards. For example, deciding what the right or wrong. Speculative function. Speculative functions explores big questions or life and existence. Example, what is the purpose of life? Fifth, practical functions. Practical functions applies wisdom in solving problems. For example, making ethical decisions in real life. Arts and philosophy are interconnected. Arts expresses what philosophy questions. Example, if philosophy asks, what is justice? Art may show it in films, painting, or poetry. Arts appeal to emotions. Philosophy appeals to reason. Together, they help us to understand life more deeply. Ang lesson na ito ay nagtuturo sa atin na ang buhay hindi lang dapat puro logic at hindi rin dapat puro beauty lang. Kailangan natin pareho. Yung creativity ng art at yung wisdom ng philosophy. Sa art, natututo tayo mag-express ng feelings at ideas. Sa philosophy, natututo naman tayo mag-isip critically at gumamit ng tamang emotions. Kung pagsasamahin, natutulungan tayo nito na mas maging balance na tao. May puso at isip, kaya bilang estudyante, dapat natututunan nating i-value ang parehong aspect. Maging creative pero maging mapanuri. Expressive pero responsible sa mga choices. Sa kabuuan ng topic natin, nakita natin na ang arts ay nagbibigay ng motif, nag-unite ng people, nagpre-preserve ng culture, at nagiging paraan para matuto na mag-express ng feelings. Samantala, ang philosophy naman ay tumutulong para maging critical thinkers tayo, mag-connect ng knowledge, mag-set ng values, at mag-apply ng wisdom sa real life. When combined, arts and philosophy work together. Art touches the heart, while philosophy sharps the mind. Kaya both are important para maging creative at wise tayo sa buhay.
Have you ever looked at a work of art and wondered what it's trying to say? What is it about and what is the deeper meaning behind it?
In this video, we will be exploring the core concept of subject and content in art. Those two fundamental ideas that help us assimilate and appreciate any artwork.
By the end of this lesson, we will be able to tackle first is define and differentiate the subject and content of an artwork. Second is appreciate the multiple layers of meanings behind these different subjects. Third is apply the principles of subject and content to analyze any specific artwork. Not only identify the subject, but also appreciate the hidden messages in deeper content. And also apply these concepts to analyze any piece of art you encountered, from a simple painting to an entire museum collection. Let's begin with the subject. Ito yung nakikita natin. It can be representational, an artwork na may recognizable subject, like a person or a landscape. Or pwede rin itong maging non-representational, like abstract art na walang specific subject. Sa Marikina Shoe Museum are almost always representational ang subjects. We clearly see shoes, sandals, and boots. They are not abstract shapes, but real-world objects. So, saan nga ba galing ang mga ideas for these subjects? Meron tayong tinatawag na diverse sources. Isa sa major source ay history. Ang mga sapatos sa koleksyon na to ay hindi lang footwear. They are historical artifacts na sinuot during a specific time period. Ang subject nila ay directly galing sa past. Another source ay nature. Some shoes ay designed with elements from the natural world, like patterns na inspired by flowers or animal prints. Or gawa sila from organic materials. Art can also be a source. Some shoes ay designed to be miniature sculptures or para i-reflect ang style ng isang particular art movement. Their subject ay galing sa other works of arts. The shoes in this museum also represents various kinds of subjects. Marami sa mga sapatos na ito ay nag-fall under sa story or figure categories. Hindi lang sila basta objects, kundi simbolo sila ng mga historical figures na nagsusot sa kanila at nagkukwento tungkol sa buhay at status ng isang tao. May mga sapatos din na pasok sa fantasy at mythology because of their unique at fantastical design na may lampas sa pagiging practical at para bang binase mismo sa isang mythical na istorya. So, as we walk through the Marikina Shoe Museum, may kita natin na ang bawat sapatos ay may subject. Isa ito sapatos, but it's a story much richer dahil kinuha ito from many different sources at nakategorize in many different ways.
Now, let's talk about content. This is the meaning behind the subject. It has 3 levels. The first one is factual, the second one is conventional, and the last one is subjective. The first one is factual content. This is what you literally see. The factual content is, dito mo malalaman kung saan gawa yung sapatos. For example, this shoe. It is made from a leather and it is decorated with different style. The second one is conventional content. This is the meaning based on cultural symbols and shared history. This shoe, particularly those belong to the First Lady, Imelda Marcos, have a widely past event meaning because they symbolize wealth, power, and extravagance of a past political era. The third one is subjective content. This is the personal, emotional meaning you feel. You might feel awe at their design, disgust, or a sense of historical curiosity depending on your personal beliefs and experiences. As you can see, the shoes are the subject, but their content is a story of history, power, and extravagance because they tell a narrative that goes far beyond just being footwear.
The lesson on the subject and content teaches us a valuable lesson to not just look on the surface of things, but look beyond the surface. To truly appreciate art, we must be willing to look the deeper, more complex meanings that a work holds. In summary, the subject is what we see, while the content is the meaning what we interpret. The factual, conventional, and subjective levels of content are all work together to tell a story. Understanding this concept transforms our appreciation for art. It turns every painting, sculpture, and design into a conversation between the artist and us. That's all for the topic. Hope you learned something and interesting. Thank you all for listening.
Extravagance or a sense of its